Welcome to all. Myself, Dr. K. Sujata, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, Government Degree College, Kukatpalli. Today I am going to explain about orthogonal vectors. In this topic, we mainly discuss about orthogonal vectors, triangular inequality, parallelogram law. These are the subtopics today we will discuss. What is meant by orthogonal vectors? Two vectors u and v in R to the power of n are said to be orthogonal vectors if u bar dot v bar is equal to 0. The dot product of the two vectors equal to 0, then we say that the two vectors are said to be orthogonal vectors. Here, that means in the dot product already know that the dot product will be 0. The two vectors are said to be perpendicular to each other. Here, the dot product will be 0. That is also called as a orthogonal vectors. The vector 0 vector, one of the vector can be taken as a 0 vector, another is non-zero vector. 0 vector dot another non-zero vector will be 0. That's why the vector 0 is said to be orthogonal to every vector, every non-zero vector. Because of the 0 vector dot any non-zero other vector, it will be 0 vector. It will be getting 0. That's why the 0 vector is said to be orthogonal to every vector of the space n. How to find the orthogonal vectors? Determine all the vectors in R to the power of n that are orthogonal to u is equal to 4, 2. U is equal to 4, 2. To find the another vector orthogonal to u, that vector can be taken, let v is equal to v1, v2. U dot v is equal to 4v1 plus 2v2. That is equal to 0. So, therefore, we can solve v2 is equal to t. Therefore, 4v1 is equal to minus 2t. v1 is equal to minus 2t by 4. That means v1 is equal to minus t by 2. That means v is equal to minus t by 2, comma t, where t belongs to R. We can take this vector in the three-dimensional. That means 4 to 0 is converted to 1, 1 by 2, 0. To find the whatever the vector use orthogonal to u, that can be taken, v is equal to v1, v2. Dot product will be 0 because of determine all the vectors of orthogonal vectors of to u. That's why it will be 0. Therefore, here v2 is equal to t. Therefore, from that we can get v1 is equal to minus t by 2. Therefore, v is equal to minus t by 2, comma t, where t belongs to real number. By taking the real numbers, therefore, that all the vectors are orthogonal to u. Now, let us discuss about the triangular inequality. If u and v are the vectors in R to the power of n, then norm u plus v is equal to norm u plus v less than or equal to norm u plus norm v. This is the statement of the triangular inequality. In this, to prove that norm u plus v is always less than or equal to norm u plus norm v. Norm u plus v whole square is equal to u plus v dot u plus v. By the definition of the norm, v square is equal to v dot v. By using that definition, norm u plus v whole square is equal to u plus v dot u plus v. By separating the vectors u dot u plus v dot u plus v. U dot u plus 2 into u dot v plus v dot u. U dot v is equal to v dot u. That's why 2 into u dot v plus v dot v. U dot u is equal to norm u square plus 2 into u dot v plus norm v square is less than or equal to norm u square plus 2 into modulus of u dot v plus norm v whole square. Because of here 2 into that modulus we have to take an absolute value of the u dot v. Therefore 2 into u dot v. It is also less than or equal to norm u square plus 2 into norm u norm v. Because of the Cauchy-Scavenger inequality, modulus of u dot v is less than or equal to norm u norm v by the Cauchy-Scavenger inequality. Therefore, norm u square plus 2 into modulus of u dot v can be written by using the Cauchy-Scavenger inequality. Modulus of u dot v is less than or equal to norm u norm v. Therefore, 2 into norm u norm v plus norm v whole square. Therefore, this can be written as a square plus 2ab plus b square is it is in the form. That's why a plus b whole square. See here, u plus v, norm u plus v whole square is less than or equal to norm u plus norm v whole square. Therefore, norm u plus v is less than or equal to norm u plus norm v. This is the proof of the triangular inequality. So how to prove it is very simple proof. Norm u plus v whole square is equal to, first write by using the definition of the length of the vector u plus v dot u plus v, distribute the u vector over u plus v. V is also distributed with u plus v. Therefore, u dot u plus v plus v dot u plus v, that is equal to u dot u plus 2 into u dot v plus v dot v. Therefore, by using the definitions of the length of the vector and the dot product properties, we can easily prove that the triangle inequality, that is norm u plus v is less than or equal to norm u plus norm v. Here using the definitions, u dot v can be written as a 2 into modulus of u dot v, that will be always less than or equal to this value. By using the Cauchy-Scavenger inequality, therefore modulus of u dot v can be written as norm u norm v less than or equal to norm u norm v. Therefore, this is in the form of a square plus 2ab plus b square, that can be written as a plus b whole square. Therefore, norm u plus v is less than or equal to norm u plus norm v. Equality occurs in the triangular inequality if and only if the vectors u and v have the same direction. When it is the equality occurs, here is the inequality is there. When equality occurs in the triangular inequality, if and only if the vectors u and v have the same direction, the equality occurs. Equality occurs means norm u plus v is equal to norm u plus norm v. When it occurs, the vectors u and v have the same direction. That is the main point you have to remember. The triangular inequality, the statement of the triangular inequality you have to remember, because of they are asking in the question paper, state and prove the triangular inequality. That means first write the statement of the theorem, then you have to write the proof of the theorem. If u and v are the two vectors in R to the power of n, then norm u plus v is less than or equal to norm u plus norm v. Here, norm u plus v whole square is equal to, get as a less than or equal to norm u plus norm v whole square. Remove the squares, we can write norm u plus v is less than or equal to norm u plus norm v. One more theorem we will discuss now, the Pythagorean theorem. If u and v are the vectors in R to the power of n, then u and v are orthogonal if and only if norm u plus v whole square is equal to norm u square plus norm v square. Because of two are orthogonal vectors means u dot v will be 0. U dot v is equal to 0. That means we can get easily from the consequence of the triangular inequality here. Because of u and v are the two vectors are orthogonal to each other, that means u dot v equal to 0 means we get easily norm u plus v whole square is equal to norm u square plus norm v square. That is called as a Pythagorean theorem. What is the statement here? If u and v are the vectors in R to the 4 of n, then u and v are orthogonal if and only if norm u plus v whole square is equal to norm u square plus norm v square. It is coming from the previous theorem. Because of u and v are the two vectors, they are orthogonal vectors. U dot v equal to 0 means we can get this simply norm u plus v whole square is equal to norm u square plus norm v square. Immediate from the previous theorem. Dot product and matrix multiplication. U is the vector can be represented in the form of column vector u1, u2, so on un. V1 also is a column vector can be represented as v1, v2, so on vn. A vector u, u1, u2, un, n tuples in R to the 4 of n is represented as n by 1 column matrix. This is a column matrix. Any vector can be represented as a column vector. How to define the product of the dot product of the two vectors? Here see u can be represented as u1, u2, un as a column matrix. u1, u2, un as a n by 1 column matrix. V also can be represented as a n by 1 column matrix. Now define the dot product of u and v that can be represented as u dot v, that is equal to the formula of the u dot v in terms of the transpose, in terms of the matrix multiplication. This can be represented as u transpose into v. U transpose into v. What is the transpose of this u vector? U vector is already in the form of column vector. That can be transpose of this matrix means column matrix can be as a row matrix because of a transpose of this u matrix. u1, u2, un into v1, v2, vn is the v as the same column matrix. Now multiplication taking for these two vectors u1, v1. Already you know that in the matrix multiplication already first row with the first column. That's why u1, v1 plus u2, v2 plus so on plus un, vn. This is the matrix multiplication. The dot product can be represented in the form of matrix multiplication. This is the formula we are using to find the dot product in terms of matrix multiplication, that is u dot v is equal to u transpose into v. Taking u and v vectors must be in the form of column vectors. Then take that u transpose, that is a row matrix. One more vector as same as column matrix. Therefore, u transpose into v is equal to, that is the dot product of these two vectors. Already you know that the formula of u dot v is equal to u1 v1 plus u2 v2 plus so on un vn. This is the dot product can be represented in the form of matrix multiplication. Now let us discuss about the inner product space, the main topic. Before already we discussed the fundamentals, all the fundamentals, length of a vector, distance between two vectors, angle between the two vectors. Like this already we define all the vectors, angle between the two vectors. Now the main topic, the inner product spaces. How to define the inner product? Let take the three vectors u, v, w be the three vectors in a vector space V, and let C be any scalar An inner product on V is a function that associates a real number. An inner product on V is a function that associates a real number, that is inner product of u comma v with each pair of vectors u and v, and satisfies the following axioms. Inner product of u comma v is equal to the inner product of v and u. This is the symbol to represent the inner product. Therefore, u comma v, inner product of u comma v is equal to inner product of v comma u. The inner product of u comma v plus w is equal to, distribute, we can get u comma v plus inner product of u comma v plus inner product of u comma w. So by taking the scalar multiplication of the inner product C into inner product of u comma v, therefore this can be represented as C into inner product of C into u comma v. If the inner product can be taken as the inner product of v comma v is greater than or equal to 0, and the inner product of v comma v is equal to 0 if and only if v must be 0. This is the third property here. Clumsy is there. So see here and understand, inner product of v comma v is greater than or equal to 0, and the inner product of v comma v is equal to 0 if and only if only v equal to 0. This is the definition of the inner product. Inner product means we take the three vectors, let u, v, w are the three vectors in a vector space, and C be any scalar. An inner product on V is a function that associates a real number, that is represented by the symbol u comma v, inner product u comma v, with each pair of vectors of u and v, and also satisfies the following axioms. How many axioms are there? 4 axioms are there that also satisfies these 4 axioms. The function can be satisfied these 4 axioms. First one is the inner product of u comma v is equal to the inner product of v comma u. Second one is the inner product of u comma v plus w is equal to, distribute over v plus w, we can get the inner product of u comma v plus the inner product of u comma w. Third one is C into inner product of u comma v is equal to inner product of cu comma v. Inner product of v comma v is greater than or equal to 0, and inner product of v comma v is equal to 0 if and only if v equal to 0. These are the 4 important axioms. The function satisfies these 4 axioms. Then we say that V is called as a inner product. Inner product always define this symbol that always you read as a inner product of u comma v. This is the important definition in this chapter, inner product space. These 4 axioms also you have to note down. This is the commutative property, this is associative property, this is a scalar multiplication, this is a 0, v equal to 0. Note point here to remember, u dot v, that is a dot product, Euclidean inner product for r to the power of n. That means u comma v, general inner product for the vector space. Here u dot v means particularly for the dot product of the 2 vectors, that is a Euclidean inner product in r to the power of n. But the definition of the inner product u comma v represented by this symbol is called as a general inner product for the vector space V. Two more points you have to remember here. A vector space V is called V with inner product. V with the inner product is called inner product space. Therefore, a vector space with an inner product is a binary operation, then it is called as a inner product space. Already vector space can be represented V with two binary operations. One is vector addition and scalar multiplication. It is already know that it is a vector space under vector addition and scalar multiplication. It is a vector space. To define the inner product space, it is also satisfies the inner product binary operation. That is, inner product space can be represented as V plus dot inner product. Is a vector addition, scalar multiplication and inner product. V associates with the three binary operations, then V is called as a inner product space. This is important note point. Here remember, this is the simply dot product of the two vectors. This is called as a general inner product for the vector space V. So a vector space with an inner product is called as a inner product space. Already generally the vector space can be represented as V plus dot, but inner product space can be represented as three binary operations: vector addition, scalar multiplication and inner product. How to the Euclidean dot product can be defined in the vector space dot product. That is general inner product on the vector space V. The Euclidean inner product for R to the 4 of n, that is the example you have to take and show that the dot product in R to the 4 of n satisfies the four axioms of an inner product. The dot product in R to the 4 of n satisfies the four axioms of the inner product. Already know that the four axioms. One is inner product of u comma v is equal to inner product of v comma u. The inner product of u comma v plus w is equal to inner product of u comma v plus u inner product of u comma w. C into inner product of u comma v is equal to inner product of cu comma v. One more is inner product of v comma v is greater than or equal to 0. Inner product of v comma v is equal to 0 if and only if v must be 0. That all the four axioms satisfied by the dot product, then we say that dot product is a inner product. That is uv. Inner product of u comma v that can be represented as a dot product of the two vectors u dot v. Therefore, u1 v1 plus u2 v2 plus so on un. This dot product satisfies all the required four axioms of the inner product. That is, it is an inner product on R to the 4 of n. Because of the dot product always satisfies, that is already know that dot product satisfies the u dot v is equal to v dot u dot v plus w is equal to u dot v plus u dot w. So all the same properties satisfied. That's why already in the previous slide, already in the previous lecture, already I explained the dot product properties. Again, I will recall all the properties. That's why here the dot product is a satisfies all the required four axioms of the inner product. That's why it is a inner product in R to the 4 of n. Another different inner product here to define the R to the 4 of n. Show that the function defines an inner product on R square, that is a two-dimensional here taken, where u is equal to u1 u2 and v is equal to v1 v2. Therefore, here the inner product of u comma v is equal to u1 v1 plus 2 into u2 v2. Therefore, how to shows it is a inner product? That means the four axioms it will be satisfied. Then we say that it is a inner product. The inner product can be defined in this way: u1 v1 plus 2 u2 v2. Therefore, now define the inner product. Inner product of u comma v, first property, is equal to u1 v1 plus 2 u2 v2. So because of v1 v1, I can write as a v1 u1. 2u2 v2 can be written as a 2v2 u2. That's why this also can be represented as a inner product of v comma u by using this definition. Therefore, first property, first axiom is satisfied by this inner product. Now take the one more vector w because of second property using three vectors. That's why w is equal to w1 comma w2. U comma v plus w is equal to u is u1 into v1 plus w1. u2 on one more is vector is 2u2 into v2 plus w2 because of v is a v plus w. V plus w means v1 plus w1. One another component is v2 plus w2. By using this definition, first component in the u is u1 into first component of v plus w is v1 plus w1 plus 2 into first component of u is u2 into V2 plus W2. Therefore, U1 V1, U1 W1, 2U2 V2 plus 2U2 W2. Therefore, that can be represented as U1 V1 plus 2U2 V2, U1 W1 plus 2U2 W2, like this pair of these two brackets. This is the inner product of U comma V. This is the inner product of U comma W. See here, inner product of U comma V plus W is equal to inner product of U comma V plus inner product of U comma W. That's why second axiom is also satisfied by this inner product. Take the third one. Third one, what is the third one? C into inner product of U comma V. See here, C into U1 V1 plus 2 U2 V2. C U1 into V1 plus this can be written as 2 into CU2 into V2. Here consider the first vector components are the CU1, CU2, that is CU. Second vector components is V1, V2, that is the inner product of CU comma V. Third axiom also easily satisfied by the given inner product. Now define the fourth one. VB, inner product of VB is equal to V1 square plus 2V2 square. It is always a positive quantity. It is greater than or equal to 0 because of square terms are always positive. It may be 0 vector, it is 0. Otherwise, other than 0 vector, it will be always getting the positive quantity. V1 square plus 2V2 square is greater than or equal to 0. See here, V inner product of V comma V is equal to 0. That means V1 square plus 2V2 square equal to 0. The two square terms, sum of the two square terms will be 0 means each square term will be 0. That is V1 square equal to 0. That implies V1 equal to 0. 2V2 square equal to 0. That means V2 square equal to 0. That implies V2 equal to 0. V1, V2 equal to 0 means that means V equal to 0. Here see the given dot product satisfies all those axioms of the four axioms of the inner product. That's why it is a inner product of the given space. Excuse me. An inner product on order of n. U comma v. Inner product of u comma v is equal to c1 u1 v1 plus c2 u2 v2 plus so on cn un vn, where ci is greater than or equal to 0. This is the important one. By using the definitions of the axioms of the inner product space, we can easily show that the given product will be a inner product of the given space or square. A function that is not an inner product. That means now we have to define one more product that is not satisfies all the axioms of the inner products. That's why it is not a inner product. That is the example we have to take, and now show that the following function is not an inner product on R cube. What is the inner product defined here? U dot V, U comma V is equal to U1 V1 minus 2 U2 V2 plus U3 V3. That is equal to V is equal taken 1 to 1. The inner product V comma V is equal to 1 into 1 minus 2 into 2 into 2 plus 1 into 1 into 1, that is equal to minus 6, because of here negative term is there. Is equal to minus 6 is less than 0. That's why taking any vector of a three-dimensional vector, the axiom 4 is not satisfied because of here negative term is there. Negative value length of the 30 means dot product of inner product of VV is negative value. That must be always greater than or equal to 0, but here getting the negative value. Axiom 4 is not satisfied. Thus, this function is not an inner product of an R cube. What are the properties of inner products? Now we will discuss about the properties of the inner product space. Let U and V and W are the three vectors in an inner product space V, and C be any scalar. What are the three properties are mainly we have to discuss here? The inner product of 0 comma V is equal to the inner product of V comma 0, that will be always 0. Inner product of U plus V comma W is equal to inner product of U comma W plus inner product of V comma W. U comma inner product of U comma CV is equal to C into inner product of U comma V. See here the properties of the inner product space. Any vector, 0 vector with another any vector, the inner product will be 0. That is the main first property. 0 comma V, inner product of 0 comma V is equal to inner product of V comma 0, that is equal to 0. Inner product of U plus V comma W is equal to inner product of U comma W plus inner product of V comma W. Here C, inner product of U comma CV is equal to C into inner product of U comma V. Norm of the length of the U. Norm U is equal to square root of, this is the length of the vector. Length of the vector is also called as the norm of the length. Norm of the U vector, that means length of the vector is represented as a norm. Norm of the U can be represented in the form of the inner product, means square root of inner product of U comma U. This is important definition, mainly you have to remember here. Norm of the U is equal to square root of inner product of U comma U. One more point here to remember, norm U whole square is equal to squaring the both sides. We get square root is removed. Norm U square is equal to inner product of U comma U. Distance between the two vectors U and V, already know that the formula is d of U comma V is equal to norm U minus V. That can be represented here is inner product of U minus V comma U minus V. This is the main important point here. Remember, the distance between the two vectors U and V can be represented as norm of U minus V. That is in the form of inner product. Therefore, this is the main formula you have to remember. Square root of inner product of U minus V comma U minus V. How to define the angle between the two vectors U and V in the form of inner product. cos theta is equal to, here see, the inner product of u comma v by norm u, norm v, 0 less than or equal to theta less than or equal to pi. How to define the orthogonal of the two vectors? Already you know that orthogonal of two vectors means u dot v equal to 0. The dot product will be 0. Then we say that the two vectors u and v are said to be orthogonal. U is perpendicular to v. Orthogonal means it is perpendicular. U is perpendicular to v. Here, the orthogonal vectors can be defined in the form of inner product is u and v are the orthogonal vectors if the inner product of u comma v is equal to 0, then we say that the two vectors are said to be orthogonal vectors. All these definitions can be defined in the form of inner product. See, first definition is norm of the length. Second one is distance between u and v vectors in the form of inner product. Angle between the two non-zero vectors u and v also defined in the form of inner product. Orthogonal vectors. Already u dot v equal to 0. That also represent in the form of inner product. Inner product will be 0. Then we say that the two vectors u and v are said to be orthogonal vectors. Here, regarding this topic, we can remember some note points here. If norm v equal to 1, then v is called as a unit vector. Already you know that in the previous lecture. Norm v is not equal to 1, v is not equal to 0, it is not a unit vector. To normalize this v vector into a unit vector, that is called as, that process is called as a normalizing vector. V by norm v. This is the unit vector in the direction of v. How to, this is the main important points. Already in the previous lecture also I told these two main points. Norm v equal to 1, then the vector v is called as a unit vector, no doubt about it. Second point, norm v is not equal to 1 and v is not equal to 0. It is not a unit vector. How to normalize this into a unit vector? So by the process of the given vector can be converted into unit vector, the vector divided by norm of that vector, that is called as a normalizing the unit vector. V by norm v is equal to, this is the unit vector, because to find the length of this unit vector, that will be 1 compulsory, the unit vector in the direction of v. These are the important 2 points to remember. Finding the inner product of the given problem. So now let us discuss the one more example in this inner product. Inner product of P comma Q is equal to, that can be defined as, the inner product is A naught B naught, A1 B1, AN BN is an inner product. It is a polynomial inner product. Let Px equal to taken as 1 minus 2x square, Qx is equal to 4 minus 2x plus x square be a polynomials in P2x. First bit is find the inner product of P comma Q. Second is norm of Q. And third one is distance between the two vectors P and Q. The inner product of P and Q is equal to, write the coefficients. First constant coefficient 1 into 4, that is 1 into 4 plus, there is no x coefficient that will be, that's why here taken as a 0 into minus 2 plus x square coefficient is minus 2 into 1. Therefore 4 minus 2, that is equal to 2. This is the dot product of the P and Q polynomials. Norm Q. Norm Q means square root of the inner product of Q and Q. This is equal to square root of Q comma Q. 4 square. Here is 4 square, the first question. Second, minus 2 whole square plus 1 square, that is equal to 16 plus 4 plus 1, that is root 21. Distance between the two vectors P and Q. P minus Q is equal to minus 3 plus 2x, difference 4 minus 1. P minus Q means 1 minus 4 is minus 3. Here no, that is plus 2x. Minus 2x square minus x square is minus 3x square. First difference between the two polynomials P minus Q first find out. Now the distance between the two polynomials P and Q is equal to norm of P minus Q is equal to square root of inner product of P minus Q, P minus Q. That is minus 3 into minus 3, that is minus 3 square plus 2 square minus 3 square. 9 plus 4 plus 9, that is 9 plus 9, 18, 18 plus 4, root 22. This is the way to find out the norm of the vector and inner product of the two vectors and distance between the two vectors. This is the way to find out the formulas using inner product. Important point, this one you have to remember. What are the properties of norm? Norm U is always greater than or equal to 0. Norm U is equal to 0 if and only if U is equal to 0. Norm C into U is equal to modulus of C into norm U. This already discussed in the previous lecture. This mainly you have to remember. Properties of distance. D of U comma V is greater than or equal to 0. D of U comma V equal to 0 if and only if U is equal to V. If D of U comma V is equal to D of V comma U. These are the important three theorems already discussed. Once revise it here. Cauchy-Scavenge inequality. If U and V are the two vectors in the inner product space V, the Cauchy-Scavenge inequality can be defined modulus of inner product of U comma V is less than or equal to norm U into norm V. Triangular inequality. Norm U plus V is less than or equal to norm U plus norm V. Pythagorean theorem. The U and V are the two orthogonal vectors if and only if norm U plus V whole square is equal to norm U square plus norm V square. These are the three important points in the inner product space V. Mainly here, you remember this is Cauchy-Scavenge inequality, triangle inequality, Pythagorean theorem. Mainly in this section, the key points we learn here, orthogonal vectors, triangle inequality, Pythagorean theorem, use a matrix product to represent as in the form of dot product can be represented in the form of matrix product, inner product. These are the keywords we are learned here. Therefore, thank you.